We are going to do something a little, hopefully, interesting today. We are in Bali in Indonesia, and one of the things we like to do is cook. We like to stay in places with kitchens when we can. And so we thought we'd give ourselves a bit of a challenge, and we are going to try and cook one of the local common dishes here in Ubud, which is Nasi Goreng, which is a kind of fried rice with some chicken. The challenge that we're doing is we're in an Airbnb, so we do have a minimal kitchen, and we're going to try and do it using just what we have at hand. So we're going to see how it goes.
We're David and Robb, and we are taking what we are hoping will be a 4-year sabbatical to travel the world. We've lived in and traveled to over 75 countries and territories over the past 30 years, and we are here to share our unconventional life of long-term travel to give you an example of what is possible.
Today is a good day to live.
We already went to the store, we got our ingredients, we found a recipe, and now we're going to try and cook it. So David has his work cut out for him. Do you want to give us a tour?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, we're going to do a little tour here of the kitchen so you can see what we're working with.
Okay, here is our kitchen. It's got a 2-space burner here. We have 3 pots to work with, these 2 and a big one, which we actually used already to cook the rice. We had to do that a day ahead of time. And basically we've got a cheese grater and a few spatulas, and we're going to make it work. Let's look at the food next. So we have found a recipe, and that recipe is on Recipe Tin Eats, and it looks like it is run by a woman named Nagi, and she looks super cute and fun in that picture. So our ingredients that we have with us today are the rice that we pre-cooked. We have our chicken breast, and then these are the ingredients that flavor it. We have shrimp paste, which I don't know how to use yet. We haven't opened that. We have, this is called Kecap Manis, and it is a sweet soy sauce. Salt, olive oil, pepper, onion, and then garnishes will be a fried egg, some lime, and tomato, and green onion. So that's everything we're going to work with today.
Okay, so I know the first thing I said was that we are going by the constraints of what is available here, but I do have 2 cheats. We travel with our own knife and a cutting board. We have found that, and we have heard from a lot of other people as well, that it's really hard to find good sharp knives, and trying to cut food with a dull knife is just super challenging. So we do have our own knife, and we do bring a little plastic cutting board just because it's rare to find cutting boards in places, and so it just makes a lot of things easy. Anyway, I'm going to start prepping. So you probably noticed we cut up a pineapple. Technically, the pineapple is not at all part of this recipe. We just saw them and thought they looked delicious, and so we cut one up to have for dessert, which I'm going to sneak a bite right now. Guys, like the pineapple here, it's like candy.
So first, it said a large pan, and I probably would like something with more surface area for cooking this. But nothing we have has a lot of bottom surface area. but this is our biggest pot. We're going to turn it on. Okay, so a tablespoon and a half of oil. This seems like a smallish spoon, so I'm going to go a little heavy. And then I need to add the garlic. It says 2 cloves, and Rob and I are a bit clove obsessed, or garlic obsessed, so I have added extra garlic. And now I'm adding chili. And it says a teaspoon, so I'm using a little spoon here. And
What do we know about this chili, David?
absolutely nothing. It just says the word chili on the package, and that was good enough for me. And then we let this cook for
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Excellent. That is 10 seconds. And then we add
Onion.
the onion. We have our onion chopped up in the pan, and we cook this for about a minute. I think I'm going to use this utensil to stir. Let's see, here we go. Going to stir this, and we're going to let those onions cook for about a minute. The fumes of the chili are getting in my throat, and I can feel them a bit. So hopefully it's not too spicy for us, but I didn't put that much in, so I think we should be okay. So chicken is in, and I'm going to get this stirring. So this is what I've got going in here, the onions and the chicken together. I'm just going to stir and make sure it gets cooked all on the outside. It's smelling good. I think we have, with just the few ingredients we have in there, there's already a nice aroma coming off. Garlic, of course, helps a lot. But the chili, I can smell that, and the onion. I think this is going to turn out not terrible. So now I'm doing a tablespoon.
What is Keycat Manis, David?
It's a thick, sweet soy sauce, which sounds like teriyaki to me, but I don't know that. Let me taste. It's kind of like a teriyaki. It's nice. I like the flavor of it. Let me get this stirred in and keep the chicken cooking. Getting there. There's a bit of liquid in it, and I don't know if I like that, but I'm going to trust it for now.
Then we're going to add the rice, some more Keycat Manis, and the shrimp paste.
Perfect. I think if you want to look in here, looks like the chicken is mostly cooked, and it's going to cook quite a bit more, so I think we're okay, but you can see all that liquid. Hopefully the rice, I don't know, it seems like it should be drier for a fried rice. I'm concerned about all that liquid. Should I pour any of it off?
Do what you think is best.
I'm pouring a little off. It seems very wet. Okay. Big mistake. We'll see. So
Okay,
add the rice.
Add rice.
This is about 3 cups, and this is short grain. I don't know what rice we're supposed to use, but this is what we found at the store. Okay. Getting harder to stir with all the volume in here. And add.
Now we want to add 2 tablespoons of the Keycat Manis.
Okay. I can hear the rice frying in there.
And then optionally, it says we can put in 2 teaspoons of the shrimp paste.
Okay, and we definitely want to do that too. Okay. Stirring that in. 2 teaspoons, okay. That's going to take some guesswork too. This feels like a teaspoon in each of these packets. The shrimp paste comes in these little packets, and hopefully they open. I might need a knife. And we're going to hope that's, yeah, it's kind of crumbly paste, but it's a paste. So we're going to add in 2 of these and start stirring again. I'm afraid to let it burn on the bottom. Okay, shrimp paste is in, and we'll keep stirring here.
It's cooked, stirring constantly for 2 minutes until sauce reduces down and rice grains start to caramelize. Key for flavor.
It feels a bit sticky overall as far as what it should look like. I still have faith in the flavor though, even if the texture's a bit off. Yeah, I think one thing that would help this a lot is if we had a larger surface at the bottom of the pan so that more rice could be in contact with the heating surface. I'm going to turn the heat down slightly because it's starting, it's not burning yet, but it is right on the verge of burning on the bottom. And my spoon is starting to crumble apart in my hand, so that is not too, yeah, the shrimp paste, I wish it would incorporate a bit better. Let's see, I need to taste this before I go any further. I can feel the heat of the chili. There's some good flavor. I feel like maybe my measuring spoon for my kekak manis was not big enough. I could use a little more of that, I think. It's a bit gummy because of the rice, but we will have a meal. I think we are done with this. It's a bit goopy, but we are done. Next step, I need to cook some eggs so that we can put those on top. Oh, it's cooking very fast. So I'm going to also salt this a little bit. And I'm going to want to put this right on top of our Nasi Goreng. So I'm going to serve up 1 plate of Nasi Goreng right now. And boop, and you can see how that should be a bit fluffier. But it's going to taste great. We've got all the chicken in there. There we go. I'll just make it look fluffier than it is. And then, okay, that looks good. We're going to put that right, which one? This one? Right on the top. And then we're going to add a side of tomatoes and some green onion. And that looks almost decent.
So I'm excited to dig in. David got to taste it while he was cooking, but I was very good and did not taste it. So we've had, like I said, we've had this a couple of times over the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. So I'm very curious what this is going to taste like. Wait, let me get some of the egg too. Oh good, the egg is nice and gooey. Trying to get some on my fork here. All right, here we go. That actually is pretty good. It's a little bit gummy. I think the rice was just a little bit wet, but I think it tastes, I definitely get the shrimp. I'm not getting the heat yet. Well, I spoke too soon. There's the heat from the chili. I think this turned out pretty, I mean, as well as it was going to turn out, I think we did a pretty good job. Well, I think David did a very good job and I helped. So I'm excited to be able to eat this. I think it's just something fun we wanted to do, see what we could come up with, and I think we did a pretty good job. All right, so we will thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, please give it a like. Comment down below if you have any questions. We will post in the comments the recipe where we got it from in case you want to try it yourself. I don't know how hard it is to find keycap mantis back in the States or anything, but we'll put the recipe down there in case you want to try. But I think it's a pretty good meal. Thanks for joining us.
Today and not tomorrow.